So today we are going to be talking about Eureka server. So Eureka server and Eureka client. So this is what is called discovery server. And what does it mean? It means that we have microservices, many of them, and you want to access a service from a microservice, you need to find a way to have all these services registered somewhere so that when a client comes, he can easily query this registry and see all the services and get which one contains the resource that it wants. So now the theories of Eureka of service discovery is already here on my website, so you can actually read it up. Today we are going to be building this architecture you see right here. And this is what we've been doing over the past few weeks now. And this is not an exception. Remember, all the architectures look the same, but take note of the differences there. So we have you can see there are 5 different applications here, or 5 different microservices here. Now the Angular UI, we are not going to be doing that because that's just a UI app. Now the product web. The product web is going to be accessing all these other services. Basically, the product web is going to be accessing the product server 1 and 2, okay? But this product web now, for it to access the services, is going to discover them first through a Eureka server or Eureka service discovery. So we are going to be focusing on this part of the application, this place, Eureka service registry load balancer client. So this architecture is what we actually focus on. And I'm going to be explaining as I go. So I recommend you subscribe by hitting on the subscribe button below this video so that you don't miss any update. And if you have any challenges, please let me know. Please also, as used to mention, support my website as well, because this is a website I use to teach programming. You can buy me a coffee, support me on Patreon, and that will be great. So let's start from a clean slate. I'm going to close everything and let's start from the scratch. So permit me to. Okay, so let's close everything. So I'm going to just say close project. Or maybe I can, yeah, give me 1 second. Let me just open this one. Let me close this. Let me stop it first, then I'm gonna close it. Okay, close. So maybe I can leave this open so that I can use it to copy some things across because we are building the same server. So I'm gonna say file, new project. So I'm gonna call it, this will be, now Eureka server we are going to be building later is different from this product server. So make no mistake about it. Eureka server is a component of the Spring Cloud. Product server is simply a service we are building in our application right here. So I'm going to call it's going to be com.Python Legenius. This is going to be product server 1. There's going to be product server 1. Maybe we can only use one single server is okay. You can build the second one. So for me, I'll just build one single server. So we have product server 1. I'm going to go next. So it says this already exists. Okay. Let's call it product server 2, maybe. I'm going to go next. 2 is not there, so 3. 3 is 4. Okay, sorry. So actually, you don't need to start the artifact with uppercase. So just call it product server, okay? So this is fine. We're going to store it in a different directory because we already have product server in the directory before now. All right, let's look at the dependencies that we expected to add. We need to add the dependencies, let's see. Okay, so, okay, now this is where it is. Take note of the instruction says, ensure to add Eureka Discovery Client dependency. So in as much as we are calling it product server, is actually a client to the Eureka server. So we're going to add Eureka client, Eureka Discovery Client, and MongoDB, Spring Data Mongo should be Spring Data Mongo. Okay, maybe I'm adding Lombok and I'm adding web as well. All right, so web should be this one. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go next, and now I'm going to place this in another directory. I'm going to call this directory Service Discovery. Or let me just call this directory Eureka. Eureka. Okay. Finish. Yes. New window. Right. Should stop this one from running. So I'm going to be doing a lot of copy and paste in this case because I don't want to waste any more time. So the first thing I want to do is to create the product class. So I'm going to call it product. So basically, this is what we've been doing every time. So feel free to use the one you already have and maybe modify it. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to copy it from wherever it is. I have it somewhere here. So just yeah. So I just paste it, Control V, and I need path data annotation here. So data annotation comes from Lombok, so import. Okay, perfect. And the next thing I want to add is the product repository. So product repository. Okay. I'm also going to copy and paste as well. Actually, that may not have been necessary, but let me just copy and paste, no problem. So this is going to extend MongoDB repository. I actually didn't add at repository REST resource. Okay, so let's just remove it, no problem. So let's say at repository. Okay. Why do we have this error here? So let me the file save all first. Okay, it's gonna clear up, and then we need the product REST controller. So new, sorry, new project. So it's gonna be new file. So it's gonna be product REST controller. Okay. So in this case, I may not use a service. I'll simply use a repository to wire the repository into the controller, and then use it from there. Let's see. I think I have some kind of typo. Okay, product repository. Okay, so let's just rename the file because the file name has to be the same as the class name. And this is goods. And then finally, we need to work on the controller. I'm also going to copy and paste at this point. So this product REST controller, I'm going to paste here. And I'm going to annotate this class with address controller. All right. And finally, we need to add initialization component that will initialize the database by inserting some a few data. So I'm going to say file new Java class. I'm going to call it initialization component. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to annotate this class with add component annotation. Oh, sorry. Yeah, add component annotation. And remember, the step-by-step is in my website, but I'm just trying to be fast, so that is why I'm doing this. So this, I'm going to copy and paste the content as well, which you already have in the previous class. So I'm going to copy the content from where it is and paste. So basically, this class you have a method called at post construct. Okay, at post construct, as you can see right here. And finally, let's go back to the product and add. I'm going to say right click and choose generate the getters and the setters. For some reason, Lombok does not work with MongoDB. Also, I don't really understand. If you know why, please let me know. So everything is okay. Finally, I would like to go back to the website so that let's see. I'm going to show you something that exactly has to be done. So we are saying that this is Eureka client, meaning that we are going to annotate build server 1 and 2, This is what we've already done. We are going to allow this to run at port 8081. To do that, we simply put this line in the application.properties file right here. So it's product server 1. Product server is running at port 8081. And we need to go to the application class, the initial application class right here. We are going to annotate with at Eureka at enable Eureka client, because this Eureka client at enable Eureka client. So basically, we are done with this configuration. We can't run it now because once we run it, it gives us an error because it's going to search for a Eureka server which we already have not built. So now we have the server application ready. So we are going to build a web application. So I'm going to go to File, New, Project, and I'm going to call this product com.kindson the genius. And the name is going to be product web. Okay, it's going to be product web, and this is going to be product web client, because this should also be a Eureka client. So okay, hopefully everything is fine. I put it in the same directory. In this case now, maybe I can use Lombok, maybe I can use web, and now I also need Eureka client, so I'm going to say Eureka discovery client. All right, so let me just make sure everything is okay. Web, blah blah blah. Okay, perfect. Nice. So we have this web application now. It's going to access the server, but it's going to access the server by finding the server from the Eureka discovery server. Okay. So this Eureka discovery server we've not built right now, but we are going to build it after now. So I'm going to open in a new window. The second Eureka client we are building now. So that's what we have here. Okay, so now let's see. So let me try to follow the procedure in this case. All right, so let me shift this one down a bit. So the first thing I would like to do now is to go to src main java and open the base application class, and we're going to annotate with at enable Eureka client, just like before, because there is also a Eureka client. Enable Eureka client, this is fine. And we also need to add something called REST template. So we are going to create. Now let me tell you about REST template. And to understand REST template, you will need to look at the architecture. Let me just go back. I'm going to go up so that I can show you what the REST template is all about. Let me just shift this out a bit. Okay. For some reason, this is just doing something I don't understand. All right, so this is what we have here. Now, when we are working with Eureka, okay, and we want to go to pass through the Eureka server to access services in other places, we need to pass through a load balancer, and that load balancer is provided by a REST template. Load balancer, REST template, all in one provided, and it provides a way to make a request to an external API. And when it makes this request, it also load balances as well. So let me just implement, then I can go ahead to do a little more explanation. Let's just take this. All right, so we need to specify the REST template bean. So the REST template component that handles the load balancing, and also all-in-one helps you do a cross microservice request from one microservice to another. And this REST template is in charge of discovering, finding the Eureka server, and also going through the Eureka server to find the services that it wants. So I'm going to say at rest at bean, because it's going to be a bean, and also it's load balance, and then it's going to be private rest templates get rest template, and simply sorry, let me just get something right, and simply return new rest template. And this is all you'll need to do. Maybe it's going to be public, because we are going to use it in other classes. All right, so this is what you need to do, and we also need to create a service. Let's create the service. I'm going to say new Java class. I'm going to call it product service. So it's going to contain two methods. Actually, it's going to be an interface. It's going to be interface ends, and it contains two methods. So just try them out. Public list of product. List. Oh, we've not created a product, but no problem. We're going to create it. Get all products. So okay, so these we are going to create now. So I'm going to go to more actions, and I'm going to create a class products, and yes, this okay. So this class products, I'm going to also copy the module from where I have it, the class from where I have it. I'm going to copy and paste. Control V, and I need add data annotation here. For some reason, this ID is not going to work, so let me just take it out. Maybe I can just add getters and setters here. Right click and go to generate and go to getter and setter, select everything and say OK. So now we have our product class. So if we go back to the service, we have it done. So we just have to import the class for the list. Okay. And what are we forgetting? So we need another method here. This time is product get product, and we need a string product ID. All right. So we are going to implement these methods, because these are just interface methods, not implemented. They are just definitions. So we need to implement this method in the controller. So sorry, I'm running ahead of the step by step, but for you it should be clear for you to understand. So I'm going to go to create the controller, and I'm going to call it rest controller. Oh, sorry, it should be product rest controller. All right, so I'm going to change the file name. So I'm going to go to more actions, just rename file. I'm going to annotate with rest controller annotation. And finally, I'm going to just copy everything from here. So basically, we're implementing the service methods. So I'm going to make this rest controller implement the product service. So implement product service. All right, and then we are going to implement the methods. Right. Okay. Perfect. Now, good. So now I'm going to take it slow and easy, because now I'm going to show you how to now use REST template to make a call across, find the Eureka server, and make a call across to other services, in this case, the product server. So the first thing I would like to do for now, because anytime you are working with microservices, it's better to name your application, to give your application names, because this is what the services will be used to discover the other services. It's just like DNS, where names, IP addresses are mapped to real names, real application names or server names. So in this case, we want to map the address, the URL to the names. So the service discovery is being discovered using the names, so that when the name of the host IP, the URL changes, the services are insulated from this change. So it doesn't really worry, because they are already mapped to real names or logical names. All right. So the first thing we want to do is to go to the application properties file and set the server.ports equal to so the product server is running on 8081. This is going to run on 8082. And so I'm going to say spring.application.name is equal to product web. So I'm giving it a name. So there is the real name of this application, not URL, not HTTP, so this now name is going to be mapped to the URL, and this is the name the services will be used, just like we have in the product server. I'm going to just go back there just to make sure. If we go to application.properties file, here we have the product server having this logical name here. All right, so let me now show you how everything works. Now we are saying that we are going to make a discovery of the other services using REST template. And naturally, we need to auto-wire the REST template in here. So I'm going to say auto-wired private REST templates, REST templates. All right. Now, how does it work? This REST template is actually doing the work of discovery. So this REST template is going to use the logical name. For instance, it's going to use product server. That's the name. So it's not local. It's not localhost or any other URL. So first, we need to specify the server URL. So so now the logical name of the server is now product server. That's what is going to be used. And that is the interesting thing about it is what is happening now. So if I say string server URL is equal to HTTP localhost product. Sorry, not localhost. Now this localhost can be anything. It can be any address anywhere. It can be www.genius.com/product/web/application/product. So we are not interested in that now. We are only interested in the logical name, and then the logical name is product server. Okay. So that's it. That's the only thing you need to specify. So you can now specify the endpoint, the mapping you want. Okay. So the question is, how does this application understand that product server is product server? How does it find it? That is the magic. So it's going to check in the discovery server, finds the service that has the name product server, and then gets the URL and then uses the URL. So just like DNS lookup, everything is shielded from the service. The REST template is doing it. I'm going to come here. So at this point, we need to now return a list of items. So I'm going to say, first we are going to return a list of objects using REST template.getForObject. I'm going to say product. First, we get as an array of products is equal to REST template.getForObject. Of course, you can use other ones, but I'm more comfortable with using getForObject. And we specify the URL, server URL, and then the class. The class we want to return is a list of objects. So I'm going to say object list like this dot class. Okay. All right. So we have an error. Let's see, why do we have this error? Okay, so we have an error, so we need object, not product. So of course product derives from object because object is the base class of everything in Java, and we need to return this time wait, just give me 1 second. Get for objects 1 second. Oh, sorry. So we are actually do this. Okay. All right. So, so we now need to convert the array of products to list of products. So to do that, you simply return arrays dot as list and then specify product, and this is fine. Okay, so this is what we need to do at this point, and the same also goes here, but in this case we are returning a single product. So I'm going to copy and paste here. Of course, I don't want to forget to put a get mapping to slash products, and I also do the same thing here at get mapping to slash product as well. So in this way, slash product slash, and we specify the product ID. Okay. Right. So this is what we have at this point. So in this case, we are returning a single product. So I'm going to just copy this and paste here. For B. In this case, we are not returning a list of products, but a single product. So I'm going to just take out this. Right. So I'm going to return product. All right. So this is how we need to do it. We built up the two Eureka clients and just want to check everything is fine. So the first one is running at port 8081. The second one is running at port 8082. And both of them are Eureka clients. Let's now build the Eureka Discovery Server. That's the main thing, the Eureka Discovery Server. And I'm going to go to new project. This time we are going to annotate with @Eureka @enable Eureka server. So I'm going to go next. So I'm going to go com.kindton the genius. Com.kindton the genius. It's going to be Eureka server. Eureka server. Okay. I'm going to go next. Okay, so here make sure you add Eureka server, which is the first one, Eureka server, and maybe not necessary, I can't remember, but let me add web. Is there any other thing I'm forgetting? I think we should be okay. So this is just a Eureka discovery server where the microservices are registered, or like address book or a registry of different things. Okay, so I'm gonna go just make sure I'm not missing out anything. Okay, finish. New window. Okay, so by default, Eureka Discovery Server runs on port 8761. So what we are gonna do, maybe I'm gonna go back to check here. Okay, good, perfectly well. Okay, so I'm gonna come down, go to SRC, SRC main resources. We need to specify just the name of the server. Maybe not necessary, but the server.port. By default, it runs at port 8761, but let me just add it explicitly, 8761, and we need to say, because when Eureka starts, when the server starts, it will also try to look for other servers, kind of look around, because it's a server node. It knows that it's part of an architecture of services. So it's going to be looking around to check if there are other servers, and it's going to inform them that, see, I'm here. But we want to stop that. We want to disable that because we don't have other servers, so that we don't waste any precious time. So I'm going to say Eureka client. The first registry is equal to false. Eureka register with Eureka is equal to false as well. Okay, so I'm going to save everything. I'm going to save everything, save all. So okay, localhost 1990 product. Okay, so okay, so first let's run this application. Let's run the Eureka server and make sure it's running. So I'm firing it up right now. And I'm also going to fire up the other two applications. So I'm going to fire up the product web, and I'm also going to fire up the product server as well. The product server here, I'm going to fire it up as well here. Okay. So what we want to do now is to make a request from the product web to the product server using the name. So this using the name, who is responsible for getting the URL, the location of this server, wherever it is in the world. However, the URL is, we are not interested in that. That is the work of the discovery server to look up this URL. So once the discovery server starts and the other two clients start, the two clients is going to search for this discovery server and automatically register with this URL, this discovery server, and more like enter their data in the directory on the phone book of the discovery server, so that when services come up, they can find this phone book and look up the address wherever the address is. I hope it makes sense to you. Actually, this is not what. So we are running the discovery server 8761. The other two runs at 8081, 8082. Okay, so let's see where we are. So Eureka server. Okay, yeah. So if you look at the console at this point, so if you look at the console, you can see Tomcat started on port 8761, started Eureka application perfectly well. And then I want to go to this product server. Seems also started at 8081, good. And the other one, the product web as well, also started on port 8082. Okay. Registration state is 404, so there's a problem. So we have an error somewhere in the product web application. So let's go to solve it. Unknown request, retriable. Cannot execute request to any known server. Okay. So first, let's check the Eureka dashboard to see if it's up. So I'm going to go to HTTP localhost for 8761. So we should be 8761. So this 761. So let's go to the class, the main application class. Okay, so here we need to enable Eureka server. So here I'm going to say enable Eureka server here. So that's a mistake. So I'm going to save everything. I'm going to rerun this application, this Eureka server application. So let's go to product web, Eureka client, that is fine. And product server, Eureka client, that is fine as well. Okay. So I'm going to also, because they are starting up, so they're actually going to be checking for Eureka server. So the first thing we want to make sure is that Eureka server starts up at port 8761. And when it starts up, we should be able to see the dashboard and see whether the clients have registered. So it starts up at port 8761, as you can see here. So if I go back to this place, I can just refresh. So you can see that we have the dashboard is up at this point. Now you can see instances currently registered. There is none. So let's see. There's no instances so far. So let's go back to the product web. There's a product web. The registration state is 404. So let's just restart the product web and let's go to the product server to check. Product server to check. So take note of what is happening here. We're registering apps. All right, so I think everything is perfectly okay. It takes some time to be able to populate or something like that. So you can see that the instances are registered with Eureka now. You can see the product server, and also the product web, the status is up. And at this point, we can now assess the product. We can now assess, for instance, HTTP localhost at 8081, if I go to 8081, of course, this is the server. I'm going to go to product. We have a list of products, but this is not the point. We want to go to HTTP localhost. HTTP localhost 8082 8082, and I'm going to product. Okay. So what is happening here? When I go to 8082 product, that is the product web application. Okay. And the product web application is making a REST call to the product server. Okay. And how is it making this call to the product server? It's using REST template. So let's see. So what we are doing now is we are going through this controller here. So when I say this URL, it's using REST templates. So when REST template is making a call, it's using the product, the logical name instead of the IP address. So I hope you understand exactly how it works. So I'd like to stop here. Maybe I'll try to make a more clarified lesson after now. But take note that this REST template is actually going through the Eureka server and making a call using Eureka service registry, as you can see, because these two services are now registered here, as you can see. All right, so I hope you understand a bit about service registry, about Discovery Server, about Eureka Server, Eureka Client, Spring Cloud, how to hook up everything with Spring Cloud. Find this application in my repository in GitHub, and feel free to let me know if you have any challenges. I remain Kanchan the Tech Pro. Please subscribe to my channel by hitting on the subscribe button below, and feel free to like and share this video. Maybe we can help as many as possible gain the knowledge they need without no cost. So we see in the next part.